the Bowels of Netflix, where your fearless co-hosts Isaac and Larry force each other to watch the worst pieces of shit on Netflix. We will go over every bad edit, all the broken dialogue, all the wooden acting, and laugh along the way, because this is the Bowels of Netflix! Alright, and welcome to the Bowels of Netflix. I'm Isaac, and with me as always is my fearless co-host, Larry. How are you doing this week, Larry?
I think I figured out the whole plot of your movie.
Okay, hit me. Give it to me. Give it to me square.
Melissa McCarthy gets struck by lightning. She's funny for a solid hour and 40 minutes, and then she wins an Oscar. I have nothing. I'm not funny. It's 11:51 a.m., so I've been awake for about 8 minutes. I have nothing funny.
Have you tried tickling your taint?
Actually, yes.
Oh, well, shit.
I mean,
That's
tickling, itching, it's sort of the same.
Yeah.
One's rougher than the other.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't have anything. I'm not funny either. We should tickle taints together.
Like scissor?
No, like in the same room, but like separate and just staring into each other's eyes.
Separate but equal.
Yeah.
Just fucking. Oh, man. Oh, it's going to be a long recording.
We're your favorite podcast, the Bowels of Netflix.
Why? Why are we your favorite? What's wrong with you?
Let me double check the email. God damn it.
Son of a bitch!
I have it pulled up. I don't think there's anything new.
I don't think I saw anything
new.
No,
just Libsyn support stuff from last week. At least we're back on Apple. All right.
Yeah, we're back on Apple.
So, yeah, find us on all the podcast places. If there's a podcast place you'd like to see us and we're not there, like, honestly, email in bowelsofnetflix@gmail.com. We'd like to try to get on there for you. It sort of depends what we can set up through our hosting platform. But yeah, let us know, or let us know if you have any movie suggestions, if you've seen any of the movies we've covered. If you'd like to tell us how terribly we've offended you, you could do that too, because I'm sure we have. We're also on Facebook, we're on Twitter. It's the only Bowels of Netflix out there. You can fucking figure it out. If you can't, you probably should just... I don't know, eat arsenic and lie down in traffic with a beehive in between your legs.
Oh, God. Oh, that's how Aunt Susie went.
Yeah, I know. I orchestrated the whole thing.
I knew it.
Dun, dun, dun.
So, yeah, this summer stink is coming. We've got, we genuinely do have a lot of ideas, which is incredible for us.
Yeah, we're gonna try to climb on top of this pony and ride it somewhere into the sunset.
For a show we do weekly, and it's incredible how little work we do. So we've actually done a lot of work. We got a lot of things we want to do, and some more bonus content, and some more ways for you to interact with us, and we got a whole plan. I got a whole Excel sheet put together. Isaac's made like 3 Google Drive docs. It's crazy.
We invite you to press your noses into our clodge holes and inhale deeply, because it's going to be a stinky summer.
When you put it like that, wow. Yikes.
All right, so, rate and subscribe, tell your friends, tell your family, hide your grandmother's medication until she becomes the #1 fan of the show. And this week, we're talking about Thunder Force. Well, I'm talking about Thunder Force. You just get to sit there and be happy.
It's pretty great. I mean, I'm never really happy, but,
no one is. They're all lying. They're lying Quaaludes.
I truly believe that.
Yeah. So, Thunder Force is a hot, fresh pile of movie from Netflix. It came out this year. It came out like a few weeks ago.
Hot and fresh pile of movie from Netflix. Yeah, no, I was it was like readily available on the front end. That's what pointed me to it.
Yeah. And it's not good. It's a Melissa McCarthy vehicle. We've covered her before in the Happy Time Murders. And she's not talentless. She's tough. She has comedic timing. She's got some chops. But a lot of times it doesn't work. And a lot of the movies she's in just aren't very good.
I believe that's the conclusion I came to in Happy Time Murders, was that, like, I could see why, if memory serves, I haven't listened to that in a while. If memory serves, I remember thinking that she was, like, no, I called her a comedy criminal that should be in jail. Actually, no, I'm thinking of something else.
Happy Time Murders was probably worse. I know she had a great turn on SNL as Sean Spicer. That was really funny. She was in the female Ghostbusters that everyone got upset about because feminism. But she I saw half of that at one point, and it was sort of like this, where it definitely wasn't as good as the original Ghostbusters. It wasn't sacrilege completely. It had moments. But yeah, it was like a 3 or a 4 out of 10. Like, not a great movie, but watchable.
Yeah, we will never review it on this show. I mean,
Yeah,
I'm never going to give it to you because that is just a landmine waiting to be stepped on.
But yeah, she's got chops, and she's got moments in this. But
I think I called her a fugitive from the comedy police or something. So it's coming back to me now. We've done enough episodes of this show that I'm actually starting to forget some of the things we did, which I never thought would happen.
Yeah, we're coming up on 100. We're at 78 today.
This is 70. Wow,
we're old timers.
Jesus.
We're veterans. Darn tootin'.
God, are we?
No, yeah, we're not
quite
quite veterans.
True, but I mean, we've only done each episode. We're half veterans, if anything. Because
well, we still have,
if there's 78. We've done what,
the other
39
ones.
Each.
You're still here.
True. Yeah, but I mean, like you said, I'm sitting here. I've just fully tumescent.
Well, of course,
just enjoying your suffering. Are we sadists? Is this what sadism is?
Sadomasochism. I think it's a.
Are we? Yeah. Is this show just an exercise in sadomasochism? I don't know why it's just occurring to me now.
I think we should give each other electric shock collars, and the other one has the remote, so then we can go full sadomasochism during the show. But then we wrap them around her dick and balls.
Here we go. I knew that was coming. I knew somehow you would get this thing wrapped around my cock. It sounds kind of hot, honestly, the shock collar that somebody else controls.
Around your dick and balls, or just around your neck?
Well, no, I mean, you added that at the end. You know what? Let's just move past it.
Yeah, we'll save that for a bonus episode. So, this movie...
Yeah, okay.
This one's a little long for a comedy. I mean, it's a comedy adventure. It's a superhero comedy. Comes in at 107 minutes. Usually this kind of fare would be like right around 90 minutes. But it wasn't terrible lengthwise. Like, I mean, there's parts that drag, but I wasn't like ready to gouge my eyes out by the end of it. IMDb, it's sitting at 4.4, so a little low. Usually we come in around 5.
Yeah.
Rotten Tomato critic is 22%, and audience is 23%. So usually audience is a little more forgiving, but not so much for this. So, yeah.
Rough when they agree. It's usually even worse sign.
So we get a generic comic book opening with a voiceover. It's like all the Marvel shit where it's like cartoons flipping through pages and stuff like that. So in the 1980s, there was some cosmic ray bullshit that gave a few people superpowers. They all ended up being bad, though. There's no superheroes, and the bad guys are called miscreants. And we see a train in Chicago getting blown up by a green miscreant blast of fire. Which ends up...
I'd like to propose an alternate name is Rascals. We should have called them Rascals.
Yeah,
and then my movie could have been a fucking
The Big
prequel.
Rascals.
Green Miscreant blows up a train.
Yeah, the Big Rascal blows up a train. And that ends up making a tubby little black girl an orphan. So, her parents are dead. So she goes to live with her grandma or whatever, and we have a whole school thing in, like... I don't know, 6th grade, where she's the nerdy smart kid in class, raises her hand. She starts getting bullied, but a tubby white girl stands up for her and throws the bully in the trash, punches him in the nose and stuff like that. So now we have a tubby black and white cookie of a friendship. And that's the last time I'm going to refer to them as black and white because, it's too dangerous.
Yeah, thank you. That's for the best, I would say.
Again, the black girl is very smart. The white girl is very dumb. So now it'll be smart chick and dumb chick.
Now, hold on a second. I have seen Melissa McCarthy's character acting, and I don't believe anyone could ever accuse her of being the smart character. I'm not talking about Melissa McCarthy, the woman. I'm talking about her as an actress. Her characters tend to be Saturday Night Live dumbasses.
I might have said it backwards because she is the dumb one.
Okay, you did say it backwards because that's
no.
That's incredibly confusing because that'd be like casting Michael Cera as I don't know anything
as Don Juan, the best lover in the world.
Yeah, isn't there a movie where that actually happens?
Probably, I don't know.
Doesn't you used to tell me about it? He has like a mustache.
Oh yeah, that one's okay. It's okay.
It's
got Zach Galifianakis in it.
You've always.
It's probably one of his better movies.
Yeah. Anyway, I don't know why I brought him up. Why did I bring him
Melissa
into this?
Melissa McCarthy's the dumb one. Who plays... I gotta find that out. Because she's like... Octavia Spencer is her name. She plays...
Yeah, she looks familiar to me.
She plays the adult version of the smart chick. And yeah, she's okay. I don't know. They have moments where they're funny. Sometimes their banter works. Sometimes it's like nails on a chalkboard. But oh well. We cut to them in high school, and we have a whole friendship montage. Smart Girl is constantly getting ready and preparing for tests and papers, while Dumb Chick is trying to get Smart Girl to sneak into a Van Halen concert. So we sort of...
Yeah, Matt, if you had said, guess the actress, and didn't tell me it was going to be Melissa McCarthy, I would have guessed Melissa McCarthy from that description. Like, that is just... Oh, God.
Oh, boy. So, Smart Girl's whole thing is to use her big science brain to make normal humans into superheroes to fight the miscreants to avenge the death of her parents. Because apparently that's what they were doing. They were scientists working on making superheroes.
Okay.
So, Dumb Chick... There's something where Dumb Chick is supposed to, like, tell Smart Chick, you need to stop studying and take a nap. I'll make sure to wake you up before your very important AP exams. And, of course, Smart Chick, or Dumb Chick falls asleep, and Smart Chick wakes up, like, 2 hours late, and she's super pissed, and they have a giant fight, and they break up as friends.
Of course.
And we now cut to present day, where Dumb Chick is working down at the docks, sipping beer, while working with heavy machinery, of course. No consequences. As she walks home from work, she sees a police chase from a bank robbery where a miscreant blows some shit up while she's fleeing with blue lightning, and she'll come into play later.
Okay.
Dumb Chick
Thunder Force, sure.
Dumb Chick stops at the local diner where she is very friendly with the old diner owner, who I thought was totally going to die, but this movie doesn't even get that right. He just gets injured later, and it's not even like...
Sure.
So... Just why wouldn't you kill him? He's the one to kill. Anyway, we find out there's a school reunion coming up. Old man asks Dumb Chick if Smart Chick is going to come to the reunion. This is like 30 years later, because now they're in their late 40s.
Right.
Dumb Chick says, I haven't heard from her in so long. I hope she shows up, but I don't even know how to get a hold of her. And because plot happens, old Diner Man reveals he got her phone number somehow. Convenient.
Oh, that's convenient.
Yep.
Yeah.
Super great.
Great.
Dumb Chick texts Smart Chick, and Smart Chick replies that she's going to try her best to make it. And we see Dumb Chick in her shitty apartment, and she's eating a bowl of Fruit Loops, which she makes a face at, and apparently it's gross. So her solution is to pour beer into it to thin it out.
It's just... She's the Ray... To go back to my steadfast example, she's the Ray Romano of female actresses. It's always the... Again... If you had said, guess the actress from that scene, I would have said Melissa McCarthy.
Yeah.
She plays like that, I don't even know what to describe it. The Melissa McCarthy role, I guess.
Pretty much gross, dumb, goofy. Yeah. I'm slightly more forgiving of both McCarthy and Ray Romano than you are, but not very forgiving.
I mean... I don't know. She really rubbed me the wrong way. Ray Romano now at this point, I can't tell you the last time I've seen him on a fucking screen. It's just more of that became the joke over the last 15 years for me.
I'm pretty sure he lives in the homeless tunnels under Las Vegas.
Yeah, him and Jack Swagger. Yeah. I just something about like just always being just I don't know. But that's the problem. Like sometimes it works. Like I think Bill Murray's great, and he's basically always the same thing. But like he got it so right.
This is true.
And then I think other people can get it so wrong.
Very much so. So thinning out the cereal with beer doesn't really help. So she's like, "Is it the Fruit Loops that are bad, or the milk?" And Larry, have you ever heard of Fruit Loops going bad? Are you kidding me?
No, I'm pretty sure cereal lasts forever.
Yeah.
It just gets stale.
So she just drinks. She drinks out of the milk carton and gags because obviously the milk is bad. Har har.
Great.
Har har har. So she's at the reunion.
I'm so glad I didn't have to watch this.
She's at the reunion at a bar. And there's some other ancillary character who they knew in high school who's trying to tell jokes, and he keeps trying to tell a knock-knock joke, believe it or not. And he keeps fucking it up. And it's...
Boy, what is that? Who does that sound like?
I got him right. But he's like, knock-knock, who's there? I'm an owl who... Wait, oh, shit. If I'm an owl... Oh, man, I messed this up. And he like, tries it again like 3 or 4 times. So, yeah, you probably would have smashed your TV if you had to watch this one.
Oh, I'm sure. This was self-preservation, nothing more.
We find out on the news from the TV, which is a major character to push plot along, is hearing news in the background. Always gotta love when that happens. That the mayor of Chicago just survived an assassination attempt from a miscreant who tried to shoot, and it's like implied it's the blue laser chick.
So these miscreants. So let me get this straight. I just want to put myself in this world for a minute. The miscreants exist and just fuck people up because they're evil and have powers. Which, I mean, granted, there's an 8 out of 10 chance I would do the same thing if I was a superpowered person. I'd become a villain, probably.
Right? Yeah. Larry Beard School of Villainry trademark.
No, tell a knock-knock joke. Get it wrong. No, but like, so how do they not rule the world? Who can stop them? I'm sure it's going to be Melissa McCarthy. Put a gun to my head and pull the trigger. But like, how have they run rampant this long unchecked? I mean, is that ever discussed?
The cops were chasing them from the bank robbery earlier, so presumably the cops try and fight them and maybe sometimes succeed, but yeah, it's never really explained.
So it's not like, because, like the villain Superman fights, the entire Earth's worth of humans could not defeat them. Like, if they all attacked at once with all their armament and wiliness, the entire forces of Earth could not defeat, like, Darkseid.
Yeah, this is not explained nearly as well, or completely, or the world is not built. It's on...
I always ask for too much.
You do.
It's really on me.
Mayor survived an assassination attempt. And we also hear on the news that Smart Chick now has moved her giant science company that she's been building over the last 30 years back to Chicago. And that's where her new headquarters are. So
seems like a mistake, but what do I know?
Smart Chick hasn't showed up at the reunion. Surprise, surprise. So Dumb Chick goes to the fancy Smart Chick headquarters.
Fancy Smart Chick headquarters. This is a man with a master's degree, or a fucking college degree.
Yeah, I mean,
I got master's thesis conflated.
That's what they call, like, female dorms at Harvard, right? Fancy Smart Chick headquarters.
Pretty much, yeah. I assume so. I've never been invited to Harvard.
Get out of here.
I'm hoping I'll be asked to speak there before I'm dead.
You can just show up.
I mean,
you can show up and speak on campus. I mean, especially if you're only wearing your underwear and your hair's on fire.
Hey, if I have to do like a redemption tour from prison, they sometimes invite people to speak on this.
Yeah, that could work. Depends how good your crime is. So you have to think one.
Yeah, all right. Want to start a Ponzi scheme?
Gonna involve hot dogs and mailing them.
I mean, I don't see why not.
Yeah, okay. We're Bernie Madoff, here we come. So, Dumb Chick, like, blusters her way, not really blusters her way, like, goes up to the receptionist and asks to get connected with Smart Chick, and Smart Chick actually invites her upstairs to say hi, even though they haven't seen each other for 30 years.
Sure.
So they're finally reunited in a super fancy boardroom and have an awkward conversation. Dumb Chick has asked the assistant for a cold beer, of course, so she's sipping a glass of beer, and spills it accidentally on Smart Chick's sweater. Smart Chick goes to get changed and says, literally, don't touch anything while I'm gone. So, of course, Dumb Chick sneaks into the mega science lab and starts touching stuff, which ends up initiating the superhero injection sequence, which apparently is just one lever that you push, and that's how it works.
The superhero injection sequence?
So she gets strapped to the chair, and then a series of needles just plunges into her cheeks, and it's horrifying. And she starts screaming, and we find out everyone else shows up, and we find out Smart Chick was supposed to take 2 doses, one for super strength and one for invisibility, but Dumb Chick got injected with super strength, and now there's no turning back. So she has to be the super strength superhero, and Smart Chick's gonna just be invisible.
I see.
Yay.
Great. It's not even like unique powers.
I know. It's not.
It's just like strength and invisibility. I mean, I guess that's fine, but...
And invisibility is so trash. Like, she can do nothing. They have to give her a taser later to be somewhat effectual.
Invisibility is a solid power, but yeah, I mean, with just on its own...
crime, no, it's not.
I would say to fight regular crime, definitely. Okay. To fight super crime, no.
To fight a chick who can shoot lasers, which the electricity turns off your invisibility. It's kind of a weak
well, then yeah,
superpower.
you don't have a power. The Violet from The Incredibles had invisibility and force fields, you'll note.
See? Oh, yeah, that would help.
I believe the Invisible Woman could do something else, too, from the Fantastic Four, but I don't quote me on that.
Yeah, she could give great head.
You are just a walking Me Too waiting to happen.
It's a skill. It's a skill one should be proud of.
Yeah.
It doesn't define you. I mean, it defines me. and how I'm able to get so much crack at the bathroom at the bus stop.
Cannot wait to have your wife on this podcast one day to get answers to some boasts that I am certain are not true.
Well, I don't have her come along and watch. I just show her the video after. Oh, good Lord.
Jesus.
So Dumb Chick is informed that she basically has to give up her entire life and be fully recruited into superhero training. We also see that Smart Chick has a smart daughter who's kind of her assistant, and then there's another assistant who doesn't really matter except very briefly later.
And the smart daughter will, of course, be kidnapped later, yes.
This movie doesn't do a lot of the predictable stuff.
Okay.
Even though it probably should. So it would be better.
I don't know about that, but all right, fair enough.
We find out there's going to be a series of 33 injections over the course of 33 days, and Dumb Chick is very upset because the injections hurt a lot.
Sure.
And we get a kind of training montage. It's not a full-on montage. It's kind of cut scenes, and there's little montage stuff in between. But Dumb Chick does some strength and agility tests. She, overnight, grows incredibly long fingernails and beaver teeth.
Okay.
Odd. Sight gag for the sake of a sight gag. I don't know what it has to do with super strength.
Seems like a very funny sight gag, but
nope,
well, I know.
It's really not. So she gets injected over and over again in the cheeks and in the boobs. So there's that. Yeah. Smart Chick starts taking her invisibility treatment, which to Dumb Chick's dismay is, of course, just a single pill every day instead of injections into the cheeks and boobs.
Sure, that's classic.
Yep.
That's fine.
Standard, predictable comedy. In the evening, after a day of training, Dumb Chick and Smart Daughter, they've kind of sort of bonded a little bit because Smart Chick is a little too tight-laced and Smart Daughter is 15 and even though she's kind of tight-laced and super smart herself, she's still 15 and she wants to have some fun. So she and Dumb Chick kind of bond. So they're playing video games in the late at night at 1 a.m. on their tablets. And Larry, you might be wondering what kind of tablets. Well, thank God, both of them have cases with cutouts in the back to reveal that they are Apple iPads. So, if you want, go to apple.com to order your very own iPad Pro starting at only $7.99. Get more done, have more fun, forget the inescapable transients of existence with iPad.
Did you come up with that, get more done, have more fun, or is that their tagline? Because it's pretty good.
No, it's me. I'm an advertising genius.
That's not bad, honestly. I could see that being a tagline for Apple.
Tim Cook, I'm waiting your call.
Did he die? Didn't he get
No, that's Steve Jobs died.
Well, no, I know that, but...
Oh, Tim Cook's still around. Steve Jobs tried to cure his pancreatic cancer by not showering and eating fruit, that dumb fuck. He deserves to be dead. Go to a hospital, man, you asshole.
What was his... Who was that guy? Jim Carrey played him in the movie. Andy... Kaufman.
Yeah, Andy Kaufman.
Didn't something similar happen to him? Didn't he try to cure cancer with, Reiki or something?
Yeah, he tried some stuff. I think he was actually getting real treatment. I think Jobs ended up getting real treatment eventually, but, waited too long. I think Andy Warhol did the same dumb shit. Man, if you get cancer, go to a doctor. If you want to eat, fucking fruit at the same time, that's great. But get chemotherapy, you assholes. Right away.
Yeah.
All right. So, yeah, iPad. Dumb Chick tells Smart Daughter that she should probably...
Knock all over again.
Yeah, pretty much. I couldn't believe it. Dumb Chick makes some comment to Smart Daughter that she should go out and get some dick or something, but of course nothing ever comes from that.
Of course.
It's just a throwaway comment. This thing. We find out that due to the treatment, Dumb Chick's diet has to be changed to be a very specific source of incredibly high protein to help her gain strength and phosphorus for science reasons. So the
science reasons.
The only thing she can eat is raw chicken, which she scarfs down in large amounts and has her mouth just full of a whole raw chicken tender, and it's meant to be disgusting, and she hams it up intensely, just chewing with her mouth open and chicken dangling out of her lips.
Fugitive needs to go to comedy jail, Melissa McCarthy.
Oh, God.
Comedy
Meanwhile,
prison.
As the training is going on, she's getting stronger and stronger. We see her flinging around a 200-pound shot put like it's nothing. She starts punching people.
Dude, I want to do shot put. I want to do that. This reminded me, like, every time I see shot put, I'm like, that looks like a thing I want to do. I want to fucking huck miniature cannonballs and see how far I can huck them.
I bet that'd be fairly fun.
Like, where does one even buy a shot put? Where do I go to a shot put field?
Huh.
I want to do shot put. I don't necessarily think I'll be in the Olympics. I mean, I'm not good at anything, so I'm not going to do anything important with it. But I want to do it. I want to have a shot put and fucking huck it into the dirt.
You could
probably. Awesome.
I bet you can order a shot put on Amazon.
Probably.
I did. Delivery guy.
Did I tell you about the cue ball I ordered to keep in my car in case I get swarmed by anti-vaxxers trying to pull my mask off? I had a really weird dream one night and then bought a cue ball. Yeah.
What is that going to do?
This one podcast I listened to, the one guy talked about how he was living in New York and his dad taught him when he was a kid that you keep a cue ball in the trunk of your car. That way, if someone is trying to get away from you, you have something to throw at them to stop them. And that's stuck in my head for some reason.
That's preposterous.
So I bought a cue ball and put it in a dress sock, and I keep it in my car for emergencies.
We'll see. The dress sock adds something to it.
I used to keep a hatchet in the car, but
Damn.
I realized that that's just a bad call.
Aluminum baseball bat. That's the way to go.
I had a dream that the car got swarmed with anti-vaxxers who were trying to pull my mask off. I don't know, man. It's
been one hell of a pandemic, huh?
It's been a weird couple of years for me in my brain.
Oh, I'm gonna get you a aluminum baseball bat.
I got my cue ball. It's fine.
Oh, Jesus
so yeah, shot put. That's gonna be my next purchase. Aggressively shot put my enemies.
Just make sure you're far away from everything. Go out to a field.
I did once throw up a pop fly baseball and hit my dad squarely on the head.
That's always good.
And he was bald, dude, with a big angry red mark in the middle of his head. It was hilarious. He did not think it was funny.
You would have killed him.
Yeah.
Well, that could be you could be the shot put killer. You just have to get your accuracy, on point.
Shot put killer. I'm gonna get a t-shirt made.
Oh god. So dumb chick and smart chick get in their superhero car, which is a purple Lamborghini.
Of course it is.
Which, of course, both women who are rather girthy, and if you know anything about a Lamborghini, it's a very small, very low-to-the-ground car. Mm-hmm. They struggle for about 30 seconds to squeeze themselves into.
Boy, that sounds funny. No, it doesn't.
Yep. It's funny because it's not effective as a superhero car. It's the quick things you have to do as superheroes. So they're driving to their first mission, and there's fucking jokes about putting songs on the radio, and they sing together, and they're bad singers. It's awful. It's just terrible non-chemistry.
I can genuinely see it in my head, and it does not sound funny.
Smart daughter reveals there's a super taser in the glove compartment for smart chick to use because invisibility is a shitty fucking power.
Super taser.
But of course,
I guess in fairness to her, she was expecting to have the invisibility and the super strength. So do they acknowledge in the movie that it's a shitty superpower on its own too, or is that just your?
I think it comes up at one point
because you're absolutely correct. To stop super crime, it's worthless. But,
yes.
Okay. Super taser.
But of course, the super taser its electrical current is powerful enough that it will turn her visible again.
It's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. It's the actual dumbest thing that I've ever heard.
And she can re-invisible herself again pretty quickly, but she still flashes on and off.
So moronic. It's unbelievable.
So they're driving to a convenience store for their first mission. And they park, and they get out of the Lamborghini extremely slowly because they're fat. Do you get it, Larry?
I get it.
They're fighting crime effectively.
For the love of God. I am so glad I gave this to you. I really would not have been happy.
What I was hoping would be the main villain, but turns out is not really, and sort of ends up having a face turn. I'll spoil that ahead of time. Yeah. But what we think now is probably the main villain is Crabman, or maybe just called the Crab. I forget which. And Larry, I'm going to say a lot of things in the next few minutes, and also at the end of this review that you won't believe. You'll think I'm lying. I'm not. I'm not lying. I'm telling you straight. I'm giving it to you straight, Larry. So Crabman is Jason Bateman with crab arms.
Okay.
Which, yes, looks exactly as stupid as it sounds. Giant prosthetic crab arms.
Okay, I just... Oh my god, I just looked it up.
Yep.
Now, oh boy, I'm sure this is jumping ahead. I won't even say it. I'll let you just talk about it. I'll talk about it. But no, the crab arms, it looks as dumb as you said.
Yep.
Jesus
it's
Christ.
As dumb as you can imagine.
Wow.
So, him and his goons are robbing the convenience store. Never mind the plot hole of how our superheroes knew in advance that this robbery would be taking place. Because
Anyway.
they, from their headquarters, like, got in their Lamborghini and had, like, a 5-minute drive over here while they were singing songs and then slowly got out of the Lamborghini. And when we get into the store, like, the robbery, like, has started, like, 10 seconds ago.
Okay.
Like, the counter guy's going to press the panic button, and one of the goons is like, don't you dare.
I don't care.
God damn it.
I don't care, ultimately.
There's an epic fight where Dumb Chick uses her super strength against all of the goons, miraculously avoiding several dozen bullets.
Okay.
We see briefly, and I paused to type something out, and I saw this and noticed it. Wouldn't have noticed it otherwise. But this is ostensibly an independent-owned Chicago convenience store. And on one of the shelves is a box of Great Value cereal from Walmart.
Yeah, it's a Walmart product.
Drove me bonkers. That little detail just... God damn it.
Isn't it weird how that shit gets to you? Because I'm the same way.
Like, why couldn't you just get, like, Frosted Flakes? Because,
Right.
yeah, they would sell them anywhere.
Yeah, and I'm sure there was several millions of dollars into this movie.
Yeah, I couldn't find anything budget-wise, but it's, you know... It's not anything to write home about with special effects or cinematography or anything, but it's a professionally made movie.
It's a superhero movie. Shouldn't it be like 85% special effects?
There's a decent chunk of special effects, and they're fine. They're not mind-blowing. They're not horrible. It didn't pull me out of the movie.
Sure.
But you could have splurged another $1.50 to get brand name fucking cereal.
Or go the other
assholes.
direction and make it like Frosty-O's, and it's just totally made up. Or get a fucking small regional brand. I mean, I forget what there's like. I think here is Marshmallow Mateys is like the cheapo Lucky Charms, for example. That's the first one that popped into my head.
Oh,
do something like that. Do something totally regional. Like don't make it obviously from a different story, you idiots.
Made me so angry. So once all of the goons are dispatched, Crabman and Smart Chick start talking. They, it's sort of like, oh, how did you get so strong? And sort of like villain, good guy sort of talking. And then slowly the lights dim, and they get closer and closer together while they're talking. He reaches up with his monstrous crab arm and strokes her cheek with his claw. She proceeds to drag her tongue slowly up his long and bumpy crab arm. Cut to a imaginary spotlight dance sequence where Crabman is wearing a blue tuxedo with the arms cut off to show off his giant crab arms. They dance, Dumb Chick Melissa McCarthy, like, flipping around and twirling in the air, obviously on wires and stuff. And to cap it off, she pulls out a big bunch of Italian parsley, and Crabman takes it into his mouth like a rose while they dance.
That's
so ridiculous.
What the fucking hell?
I couldn't believe it, Larry. And it's like, it's so absurd for me. It almost comes back around to like, oh, okay, they just went all out on this. This is just bananas.
Yeah, I mean, there is an element of comedy to that, but what the fucking hell?
Yeah, I always appreciate when you're gonna take something that far off the deep end. Like, it's still not. It wasn't laugh out loud for me, but I had a bemused look on my face, thinking, what the fuck? So, yeah.
Golly.
Not great, but interesting.
Golly.
It was interesting. So we cut back to reality, and one of the goons has gotten up and has a gun pulled on Dumb Chick. Crabman quickly scuttles away, which props to Jason Bateman. He legitimately scuttles, where he like gets down on a squat and like shimmies sideways while like clicking his claws together next to his head.
I have seen a lot of different forms of media with crabmen, and I think that crabmen are always funny. I genuinely think that is a concept in my head that is like, if you make a part man, part crab, there is always humor there somewhere for me.
And the scuttle is the move.
Yeah, I can really appreciate that.
Always want to see a good scuttle. Like, I don't know. You have, Godfather? You put a Crabman in there scuttling around, you just bump that up from an A to an A+.
That movie is long, and there are parts that could definitely have a Crabman in there just wrecking shop.
Oh, God. See, man, Francis Ford Coppola, if you're alive and listening, which I don't think you are, we're here.
Hey.
We might be on the phone with Tim Cook, but leave a voicemail.
Introducing the 2022 Crab Pot.
It's a personal assistant that's also a Crabman.
I'm going to say it here. I'm going to say the official Bowels of Netflix stance is that Crabmen are always funny.
Yeah, no, I will go with it. That was, as stupid as it was, that was probably the highlight of the movie for me.
And I'm a fan of Jason Bateman, and that sounds very funny.
Yeah, he worked in this probably better than anything else.
Mm-hmm.
Still not great. His moments were still maybe a 5 out of 10 at best.
Yeah, I mean, you know,
I'll take what I can get.
Sure.
Okay, so Jesus, where the fuck are we at?
Excellent question.
We get more news montage. So Smart Chick uses her taser and burns the ever-loving shit out of the goon with the gun. And, like, the taser is, like, set on full power and burns him, and it's...
Okay.
That's kind of a gag later, but also just...
Yeah, sure, whatever.
His burned-up face, they
it's like fucking Last Days of American Crime. We come back to that movie a lot.
It's amazingly bad. So we get another news montage about the new superheroes being the, new... what's the word? Breathing new life into the city. We cut to the current mayor's office where... Oh, and I forget if I said this. Oh, I must have missed it somewhere earlier. But I figured out at some point that the mayor is the bad guy. I must have missed that line.
Yeah, you didn't mention it earlier. I may have distracted you and you just missed it.
I might have just thought it and not typed it. That's a possibility as well. But there was some, like, the mayor came up again, and the election came up, and it, the second time he was mentioned, it's like, oh, he's definitely a bad guy.
I see.
So then we cut to the mayor's office, meeting with Laser Chick and Crabman, and they're all in cahoots. One of the bodyguards says, and he's talking about, like, the mayor says, oh, we need to kill these superheroes. And one of his generic bodyguards says superheroes might not be very easy to kill. The mayor then calls him over and gives him a hug and lifts him up off the floor, and the mayor's eyes start glowing red, and the bodyguard dies. So the mayor is a miscreant who can suck the life out of people with hugs. So there's that.
All right. I guess that's something.
The mayor and Laser Chick pay our heroes. Oh, and no, this comes up later. Mayor and Laser Chick pay our heroes a visit at the Science Lady headquarters. And
so they're not in you didn't really describe their costumes. Are they in disguise?
No.
Okay. So it's clearly Melissa McCarthy and I forget the other one's name.
Yeah, they're in more or less Superman costumes where you can clearly see their face.
Okay, so they don't have secret identities.
No, they have names. The one I think Smart Chick is called Bingo and Dumb Chick is called Hammer, and that's a whole back and forth they have. Where I know.
Oh my god! Why do their names sound like they're Over the Road Truckers and Smokey and the Bandit?
So the bad guys blow up a hole in their wall, threaten them and their families. Our hero tells them to fuck off. Melissa McCarthy's has some of her better shtick here, where she's kind of just self-referential, mocking some of the superhero tropes. Like Laser Chick is like really intimidating and just walking around them really slowly. And she just, like, makes offhand comments. Do you always walk that slowly? And, like, turns to the mayor. Isn't that annoying? So, kind of self-referential,
all right.
poking fun at itself. Okay. 3 out of 10.
I think that was the parts that I remember seeing her in, that sort of thing where it's like, okay, that's fine, I guess.
Yeah. Not great, but,
I can see that being, 3 out of 10 sounds exactly right.
Smart Chick and Dumb Chick visit Smart Chick's grandma and tell her they have a secret to tell her. Grandma squeals with delight because she knew it the whole time that they're a lesbian couple and they're about to get married.
Of course, yep.
So
they said squeal, saw it coming.
They tell Grandma that, no, we're not lesbians. We're actually the superheroes Thunder Force, which is their name, and this whole shtick about them coming up with a name. And Grandma says, yeah, fuck, I already knew that. I'm not fucking stupid. I saw you on TV. And they try to get Grandma to go into hiding because the mayor threatened her, but Grandma says, fuck all that noise, you jive-ass honky. I'm staying right here.
Okay.
So the incumbent mayor, it turns out, loses the election. And he gets super pissed, and he's, like, raging at his various goons, and he has Laser Chick indiscriminately kill one of the goons. And Crabman is there and kind of leans over and says, you really shouldn't be killing some of our best goons all the time, that we're going to run out of goons. And the mayor's like, oh, which one was that? And he's like, it's Walter. It's like, oh shit, I liked Walter. And then one of the other shticks, which I kind of liked, he's like, okay, well, which goons should I kill next? And the mayor, like, just asks one of the random guys, like, hey, what's your name? And the guy says, oh, Andrew, or Andy. Like, you know, I usually go by Andrew at work. It's a little more professional, but I mean, when I was in college, there were 3 Andrews on my lacrosse team, so I went by Drew. And my mom calls me Andy Pandy, so, like, whatever you want. And it worked. Funny. It worked for me.
Not funny.
4 out of 10. It was okay.
It's barely a 1.
It was okay. So our heroes go to the diner, where the old diner owner is friends with the dumb chick, just to remind us that he exists before he's bound to get killed, which course doesn't happen.
I genuinely forgot about him, but
because this is only the second time he shows up.
Right.
But it's set up like, I don't know if there were cut scenes, it's set up like he's supposed to be important, but... So Laser Chick shows up and explodes the whole diner, Dumb Chick fights back, and Laser Chick ends up... And there's a whole thing where Laser Chick lasers the diner owner, and you think, oh god, is he gonna die? But then he just, like, coughs. I'm wounded. Me. And there's no interest. We don't. Why do we care? You like half set not even half. You like 1/8 set this up.
Yeah, you literally gave Melissa McCarthy a phone number. That was his whole point of the plot so far.
So Laser Chick ends up fleeing in like the back of her pickup truck, and she has some indiscriminate driver. Dumb Chick is super pissed off, and she picks up a city bus. She makes everyone get out, so she's not like Batman, where he just inadvertently kills everyone in Gotham.
Okay, let me stop you right there. Real Batman is not supposed to inadvertently kill everybody in Gotham. I don't know what the fucking what's his name? The last Batman that there was. He's not gonna be Batman anymore. Not Ben Stiller.
Christian Bale was the Nolan trilogy. Ben Affleck was Batman versus Superman.
Ben Affleck. I don't know what this fucking... Ben Affleck just kills dudes as Batman, which is like a thing Batman doesn't do. Batman does not kill people. He might... I can't remember. He might like be okay with killing aliens. I'm not certain about that. But like Batman will go out of his way to save his enemies from dying because he's fucking Batman. Right. I don't know what Ben Affleck has done.
But like even in the Nolan movies and ones beforehand, just Batman causes all these explosions and is just firing machine guns from his bat cycle like down the street. Like, come on, that's hitting bystanders. You know it.
Yes,
I know he's not supposed to. That's his code.
I suppose that he may accidentally cause some collateral damage in those particular bits, but no, Batman is supposed to be a non-killer.
So, Dumb Chick gets everyone off the bus, then picks up the bus and throws it after the pickup truck, even though Smart Chick is protesting, no, this is too dangerous, you idiot. And it, of course, misses the bus and hits a giant fountain, causing tons and tons of damage, but doesn't injure anyone miraculously. And Smart Chick and Dumb Chick have a fight, and bring up old shit from their childhood and whatever, characterization that I don't give a fuck about. So Smart Daughter is watching news coverage of
Smart daughter.
Watching news coverage of the whole bus thing on her laptop of all the heroes, and the newscasters are calling the heroes and their methods into question. Now, Larry, you might be wondering what kind of laptop. Well, fear not, because we can clearly see the Apple logo, and it's a stylish MacBook Air with Apple's new M1 processor, starting at only $9.99. Work harder, play harder, ignore the existential dread harder with the new M1 processor. Thank you, Tim Cook. I mean, you're welcome, Tim Cook. Well, also thank you. All the products you've given us have enriched our lives.
I hate Apple.
I'm gonna put
the only Apple product I have is a Gen 2 iPod Nano. It's I want to say 14 years old. The top and bottom of it have fallen off, so I have to basically plug the charger directly into the guts of it, and it has never locked. It only works when it's plugged in, but it does still work.
Yeah, there you go.
I sent a picture of it to a friend of mine, and it was unrelated. It was just about what I was listening to. And he said to me, there is no way on God's earth that thing should still be alive. I'm going to start worshiping it as a god. So the only Apple product I have, it works great.
Well, there's that.
For being as old as it is. But the rest of their products
I wasn't going to tell you this at all, or especially on air, but what the heck. I sewed a Apple AirTag into your skin. So now I know where you are at all times.
You know, I
won't tell
wondered
you
what
where.
that gaping, oozing, poorly sewn wound was, but I just assumed that, like, I had lost a game of too many games of poker at a Russian bathhouse and just forgot about it.
See, that's why I can always count on you, Larry.
Great.
Okay,
so if you knew I was there, maybe you'd have stopped me. So I guess this is a good thing.
So, Dumb Chick and Crabman are out on a dinner date.
Now, I believe this might be the picture that I'm looking at, which I've been looking at this whole time, and it's deeply upsetting.
Oh, well, there's one that's really deeply upsetting that we might be saving for the end.
Okay. Great.
So they're out on a dinner date. The waiter comes by and offers the two the special for the night, which is, of course, the seafood tower, which Crabman takes great umbrage at.
Sure.
So, and there's some whole thing where we find out that he wasn't born a miscreant. He was on his honeymoon with his wife, swimming over a coral reef that they didn't know was radioactive, and a radioactive crab swam up and bit him in the genitals, which turned him into Crabman.
I was actually going to ask. The question was on my lips. Was he born a Crabman? So I guess kudos to them for beating me to the punch.
That has been answered. So Dumb Chick and Crabman bond over the fact that they both have insatiable cravings for raw chicken.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
She ends up sensually spreading butter on his claw as sexy music starts playing. And we get a sex scene. Not a full-on sex scene, but a sex scene with Dumb Chick and Crabman, where she pulls Old Bay seasoning out of her bra and sprinkles it onto his claws, and then yoinks him off the bed and says, "We're going to the hot tub, baby."
Melissa McCarthy. So, yeah, what I'm looking at, this picture, is Melissa McCarthy with her head skyward being fed a piece of raw chicken by Jason Bateman's crab claw. And it's horrifying. It's absolutely... And the title is about their sex scene. But I'm going to post it to something, because it is deeply, deeply upsetting.
I mean, there's a worse image that comes up, and I'm not sure if his crab claws are visible. So it might not tell the full story, but we'll get there. We will get there.
I hate this.
So Dumb Chick shows up at the smart lady science headquarters and makes up with Smart Chick. What? I'm a feminist. I support women and all they do, and I'm going to stop before I say something worse.
Yep. Thank you.
The former mayor, I do support them for all they do. I do.
Mm-hmm.
You do. Just like how they look, too.
All right.
Yep, I do.
Yeah.
Some of them, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yep. Oh, this is just getting worse and worse, huh?
Boobies. The former mayor is throwing a massive party to, like, ostensibly as a celebration. He's trying to look like a gracious loser. He's like, oh, I'm going to hand off power to you, and we're going to have a big party, and we're going to focus on what's best for Chicago, but it turns out he's going to blow up the whole thing.
Sure,
because he's a fucking monster.
So he's our ex-president, though?
Yeah, pretty much. Our heroes are going to save the day, of course. So, yeah, I kind of didn't mention it, because Smart Chick has Smart Daughter, who's kind of her assistant, but then there's another assistant who gets a little bit of screen time, but doesn't really matter too much. But apparently the other assistant got paid off by the former mayor, and it has led them right to Laser Chick in a trap.
Yep.
Smart Daughter kind of figures this out, like in the background, and knocks out the bad assistant with a coffee pot and says over the radio, I'm on my way to help, Mom. And Mom's like, no, don't you dare. It's too dangerous. So Dumb Chick and Laser Chick fight for a little bit. Smart Chick has a modicum of success, but like her invisibility just sucks. Because the taser turns her visible again, and
get
it's
a
awful.
fucking pistol, you idiot. I just can't even.
Well, they can't kill. They're Batman.
Yeah,
they're just
all
like
right.
Batman.
I don't know why. I don't know why I care so much, but just having a weapon, just anything else. Get a fucking baseball bat. Get an aluminum bat. Get a cue ball and a dress.
She has a super taser.
But it's useless if it ruined. I can't even. If you had. Just, if you had a book of magic spells as a superhero, but reading it made you go blind, like what's the point? What's the fucking goddamn point?
Quality.
Give the taser to Johnny Dumbass on the street, and you use a fucking baseball bat.
Quality script writing, Larry. That's what's going on.
Yeah, I'm sure it is.
So Dumb Chick gets the drop on Laser Chick at some point and like pins her against the wall with a dumpster and knocks her out. Smart Chick and Dumb Chick.
Dumster. That's her weapon, is the dumpster.
Oh, God. Can't believe you're making puns now.
I hate myself. I really, genuinely just hate myself.
Smart Chick and Dumb Chick go to the 29th floor, which is one floor below where the party is, and they've figured out where the bomb is. I don't know. But they're headed off by the former mayor and his goons. Dumb Chick starts fighting the mayor, who reveals himself to be a miscreant as well, while Crabman scuttles off to cover, which is delightful. Smart Chick gets all invisible and goes around tasering the goons one by one, successfully like tasering them, getting visible, turning invisible again, getting away out of the gunfire, then tasering the next guy. Laser Chick shows up and the fight continues. Smart Daughter eventually shows up, and apparently she gave herself superpowers and has super speed. She does a run.
Didn't
she does a run
like
fast.
a month? Didn't it take him like a month to get the superpower?
Larry,
before?
I don't want you to ask questions.
Okay, I don't know why I care.
There, so many things in the movie just happen, and you're not allowed to think.
Okay,
you're not allowed to think. You're just allowed to enjoy Angry Birds on your new iPad Pro. Don't think, because it hurts to think. So. She's got she starts helping out in the fight. Former mayor is about to hug Dumb Chick to death with his death hug. Yeah, that's a great move.
Death hug.
But our face turn, Crabman grabs his hand with his crab claw. But the former mayor has super strength, of course, and rips off both of Crabman's crab claws at, like, the crab wrist or whatever, and just flings him, and there's, like, crab meat just hanging out of his forearm stumps. It's horrifying, actually.
Sounds it.
Dumb Chick rips out a steel support beam. Construction alert, the building probably wouldn't do so good without that. And swings it like a baseball bat at former mayor, which knocks him through the wall and down to the street, 30 stories below, but he's a miscreant, so he's fine, I guess. Mm-hmm. Dumb Chick then grabs the bomb. There's a whole... They find the bomb, and there's only 1 minute and 40 seconds left, and Smart Daughter's like, I'm super fast, I can run it out of the city and let it blow up. And Dumb Chick is like, no, or Smart Chick's like, no, daughter, I can't let you do that. Dumb Chick grabs it and jumps through a window into the river below where the bomb explodes. And then we think she's dead. She's under a sheet, and then she vomits river water on Smart Chick, and is fine. The crowd goes wild. The new mayor comes over, personally thanking them. Melissa McCarthy vomits river water on the mayor's shoes. Offers to clean out her shoes. And that's the end of the movie.
I didn't seem like it was.
It's basically the end of the movie, but we do get Dumb Chick and Crabman, and this might be where. Oh wait, no, this is definitely not what you saw. You probably saw it from the sex scene, but Crabman doesn't have his claws anymore. Doesn't have his pincers, so he can't feed himself. So Dumb Chick feeds him raw chicken, and then they Lady and the Tramp the raw chicken strip.
That sounds so much worse. Oh,
and
man.
That's the end of the movie.
That does. Oh, man. Yikes.
Jason Bateman and Melissa McCarthy. Jason Bateman is Crabman, and Melissa McCarthy, Lady and the Tramping, raw
much
chicken
like
strip.
Our question about mermaids, and if you cut a mermaid in half and give it robot legs, is it still a mermaid or is it just a human with robot legs?
True.
Is Crabman without his crab claws?
Well, he's still got
like
crab
the little
arms,
leggy, like crab leggies.
No, because his arms from the shoulder down are crab arms, and the claws just got taken off at the wrist or whatever. So he still has lumpy crab arms, just not the pincers.
Lumpy crab arms.
So Melissa McCarthy has to Lady and the Tramp him his chicken. And they lived happily ever after.
Did they, though?
They must have.
Yikes.
They're probably having crab babies.
Scuttling out of Melissa McCarthy's vagina.
Don't say that. No.
Yeah.
I'm just picturing, like, little tiny Jason Bateman crabmen scuttling out of her vagina.
Great. Now I'm picturing it.
Oh. So, yeah. What do you say about a movie like that, Larry?
That's a great question.
I don't think I had a laugh out loud moment. Some of the crab stuff was okay. I enjoyed some of the goon stuff about killing goons and the goon with the name and all that. But yeah, nothing really great. Nothing really stood out. There was a lot of plot holes or things that they, again, 1/8 did, like the diner guy. And nothing happened with the grandma. After they tell her,
anyway.
Oh, we're not lesbians,
anyway.
and we should move you to a safer town, and she's like, no, fuck off, honky, then that's it.
Huh.
So again, I don't know if they're cut scenes or if it was just that badly written, where they start tropes and don't finish them.
Yeah, I didn't even think of that, but what the hell?
Don't do, like, predictable stuff in the first place, but if you're going to start it, just commit to it then. Or have an interesting, don't, like, just let it fizzle out. Have some twist on it. So
very strange.
I don't know. I wasn't sure what to give it. I guess I gave it a 3 out of 10. Huh. It could have been worse.
It didn't sound as bad as I expected. It still sounded dumb as hell, but I expected it to be far worse.
And the Crabman stuff was like the height of its stupidity, but that also kind of won me over. So like even when it goes like full crazy, it was still somewhat likable.
Crabmen are always funny. It's set in stone.
It's a fundamental law
Jason
of nature.
Bateman seems like a good choice for a Crabman as well.
He works pretty good. But yeah, I have no urge to ever watch it again. But if someone else had put it on and like, hey, this is the movie night movie, I wouldn't have like gotten up or demanded we end it. I could have sat through it without needing to do this show and been okay. There's definitely like, I think Perfect Sisters is an old movie we covered, but that made me super, super angry, and I would absolutely not have finished it were it not for this show. Like, no matter what. So, it could have been worse. I think 3 out of 10, but don't watch it. Watch the Crabman parts if you want.
No worries there. I mean,
no recommendations to anyone. If you really like stupid superhero movies and you really don't care about quality and storytelling at all, it's fun.
It's not like there's fucking 45 Marvel movies and now 2, soon 3 TV shows you can watch.
Yeah, no.
From the last 10 years, even.
You need more superhero content.
Yeah.
Thank you, Melissa.
So, did the authorities triangulated her location yet? Can we put her away, finally?
Well, you have to reach out to the comedy authorities.
Great.
Oh, God. I think I just burped up some crab meat. Oh. Jesus. All right. Larry, what am I in for my next movie?
Well, I was telling we have a little, I call it the family Discord between my best friend's family and myself and Tim's girlfriend, who gave us they're the ones who gave us Knock Knock. And when I was talking about how that episode went when we recorded Knock Knock, I ended up with a bevy of suggestions because I was talking about the wedding planner at the time.
Great.
And bitching about it. Apparently, my friends Krista and Sarah, they're sisters. They're sister related to my best friend. They have, back in the day, they watched every romance movie that existed. All of them. All of them. And I got a bevy of suggestions. Luckily for you, the vast majority of them are not on Netflix. So at least until I have a list of them. So at least until we have to move away from Netflix into other services, you're mostly safe. But you're not entirely safe. Isaac, what do you know about Amanda Bynes?
I know her life has not gone very well recently.
Oh, really? That's more than I know.
No, she was on Nickelodeon famous. She was on later seasons of All That. She had the Amanda Bynes show.
Yes.
Starred in a couple movies. And is this the one with fucking Colin Firth in it? You son of a bitch.
How astute.
I've been so close to giving this to
Isaac,
you.
you're going to be watching What a Girl Wants.
I know what a girl wants, and that's me.
Apparently you don't.
That's what I've been telling myself in the mirror. Positive affirmations. Oh, man, I was so close to giving this to you.
I have been told
several
this
times.
movie is horrendously bad.
Yeah, because I've watched 5 minutes of it in the middle to be like, oh, is this bad enough that I could use it?
Well, yeah, it seems to be.
In search of the father she never met, the daughter of a bohemian American woman heads to Europe and finds that her dad is an uptight politician. Hopefully Colin Firth can save this. I like him.
Oh, I doubt it. I'm
like
almost positive he doesn't.
Oh.
And I just gotta say that I have fallen down some rabbit hole. I was kind of slow up on movies for you. Like I didn't have that many in the chamber. Boy, I have got several clips full of bullets ready to fire at you.
Oh my god!
I have found some real gems lately.
I have to. Well, no, I have some good ones for you too, but we'll be finding that out next week after you cover your delightful movie, The Little Rascals, on next Sunday's episode.
Oh my god!
And then I have to decide what I'm going to give you because I have 3 options, and there's one I've been sitting on, and apparently I can't just sit on stuff because then you'll give
a lot of times I'll have things ready to go, and then it's like, oh no, I can't watch that. I've got to give that away. Like, that's too popular for me to end up having to watch.
It is good you didn't have to review this fucking movie. Thunder Force might have taken you out, Larry.
I'd have been mad. I don't know. The Crabman stuff might have
saved the
day.
Yeah. Maybe.
What I'm learning is that sometimes I'm so desperate for something to be good and have something good to talk about that I can be easily bamboozled into liking something more than it should. As we'll find out a little bit next episode. Not much, but it has a little bit of a saving grace.
Oh god.
No, believe me, not much at all. I'm still quite upset.
We know Larry wants to kill literally all of the children.
Kill is a strong word. Put them in a rocket ship and sail them away from here. I mean, that's more.
They'll die.
I
in
mean,
the rocket ship.
we can put a couple crackers in there or whatever children eat. I don't know.
They'll eat each other. That's a fate worse than death. They'll cannibalize each other till there's one left, and then he'll be lonely
I'm pretty sure I can
forever.
never get this passed through Congress, so I don't really have an outline to plan. It's more of a vague idea.
No, when I'm president and you're my vice president, we'll just do it by executive order.
Interesting.
We just need a big enough rocket.
Well, I'll call Elon Musk. Let's get Tim Cook on the line and ask him to introduce us.
Yeah, and Francis Ford Coppola, he's calling too. We got big things coming. Summer of Stink. We're going to partner with a lot of these big companies and directors. It's going to be exciting.
And shoot your children into space in a rocket.
Find us on Facebook. Find us on Twitter. Email us, balsandnetflix@gmail.com. We would love to hear from you. Thank you all for listening so much. We do appreciate it. And rate and subscribe. Tell your friends. Tell your family. Hit set to download. Give us a review. All that fun stuff. You know how podcasts work, probably.
I think that's
Anything else, Larry?
We've old paid this particular crap.
Larry, no. Why did you have to do that?
Smell you later, crab folks.